Hello and welcome to German Turns 26 and 27. First and foremost, this Shrek team of Valiant Mans. In the thread, you mentioned that you thought about pulling them further south to help out with the tanks. So I interpreted this and gave them an order to go quick here, fast behind the tank in case it was taking shells, and move through this field. They take a casualty, and I'm going to take full responsibility for that. A tank shell goes over the tank, hits this tree back here, and shrapnel gets them. Had they been where they are now, that would not have happened. So, first and foremost, sorry for that. Really sorry. With that, on with the turn. Left flank, more of our contact. They start. Our flank starts moving. You can see over here a shell come in from the sky. That's not so cool. Our mortar fires at something. And there's where the Shrek team takes the hit. You hear what sounds like another breaching charge. They start moving tanks fast up the road. We have a lot more infantry just moving right through here, through these woods. They're not heading much further north, so much as they are heading east towards us. Then the machine gun team here takes a casualty as they're retreating. So, with that, let's go get some close-ups of all this stuff. Over here you'll see the artillery shell falling, and then the Shrek casualty. They get up to this waypoint, pause, and then start moving and immediately take the hit. Unfortunately, it was the man with the rocket tube. So, during the next half of the turn, I've ordered him. You can see he gets this far. I've ordered him to stop and come back and sit on the square where his buddy fell because we need to recover that tube. So, if he dies, that is 100% my fault on this squad, and I'm super sorry about that. But considering that's a valuable AT asset, we have tanks very quickly advancing up the middle. I deem it worthy of the risk they're taking here. Again, sorry for getting him killed. That's really shitty. Alright, so here's a view on our left flank, and you can see my frame rate has taken a hit because this is a combat mission game, and just certain viewing angles are going to fuck your frame rate no matter what. So we lose contact with these initial guys. We have this guy still here. Unfortunately, the machine gun we had firing at them has booked it, so we lose contact with him. You can see another breach right here, as we suspected. And then, since we're withdrawing, we lose most of the contact on this field. Or this tree line, sorry. We can see the tanks moving up in the center here. We get a brief contact here. I'll see if I can pause it at the right moment. HQ team, looks like they're moving back. You can see they're still fairly well pinned from the last fire round we did. They take a brief clip of fire, and we get them. Then you can see this tank here that they've got poking through the hedge, sees our machine gun team, opens up, and gets the kill. And unfortunately, it's our gunner, which it's a good thing that the soldier here still has the machine gun, so they can still set up, still be combat effective, but all but two guys are dead, and the one with the gun is fairly badly injured, it looks like. Here's a click through the center. There's that breach to widen this up. Obviously, they want to start getting tanks through here. They start moving those guys up through the center. So at the end of this half, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tanks here. These guys providing kind of a base of fire, these guys moving up, this guy a straggler, and it looks like they're just going to try and move up their tank line so that they can push up with the infantry behind it. Unfortunately, we have no AT assets right here where we need them. That's kind of unfortunate. And finally, an overview of our right flank, their left, for this turn. See, we start off with this squad here, they're pinned, and then we quickly start getting contacts moving up towards us on the left side of, or their left, our right. Sorry. Fortunately, they are visible by the good machine gun placement here, and in fact, we do kill one. You can see here they took a casualty. We have another shell hitting here. So it looks like they're expecting us to still have a line here, or that was just a barrage they had started to call in and then they're abandoning because they're moving up. I would hope they're not, because that'd be funny. And the infantry gun ammo bearers start taking fire as they're seen. There's just a lot of people moving up this way. And that's going to do it for this turn. We'll see you back in the second half, and at that time I'll go into further detail on what we see and what they're doing. I love the way that the animation is such that he holds his pistol like a rifle. Anyway, this turn has that, so that's cool. So we open up, there's fire exchanged here. We've showed another mortar shell at the tank. We see these dudes up here as the infantry gun ammo crew gets over. This tank fucking balls out charges and sucks a mine. Boom. So that was funny. Meanwhile, this machine gun takes a shell and loses a member. Their gunner, that's not cool. They are gunner. And then they proceed to take some, I don't know if you'd call a machine gun small arms fire, but that. And then they take another casualty, this time their leader, and he's dead. This machine gun starts shooting at the guys up here in the north as our infantry gun and infantry gun ammo team get there. The Shrek team, you can see, has made it back to the tube without any further problems. And that's pretty much it. There's just a bunch of fire between here, the occasional fire here. The left flank sees nothing but these guys moving up to this head. And the right flank just sees this lone, I guess, scout team at this point. Anyway, let's get some close-ups. Let's start off viewing our left flank. First and foremost, we have this tank brazenly gunning it. We do have infantry still moving towards our left, so they're going to be coming through this forest at some point. This tank hits the fence and slows down, and then hits the tiny little red flag and just goes... Yeah, there we go. And it's dead. There's that tank shooting our machine gun and then pelting it some more. I can't recall if mines are single use or multiple, but this tank does manage to get by it just fine. There's our second casualty in the machine gun. We get this tank past here, and then we'll get contacts on this line in just a moment. There's our tank crew. So, I suppose I was... Actually, I don't suppose. I was incorrect a moment ago when I said that they're taking this hedge, because I mistook the tank crew as an actual squad. They're not. So, there's that. Let's go ahead and check out our center/right. So here's what we see. They're still moving up. Our machine gun starts firing on this squad here, this rifleman we see. Then we lose track of them. We still got all these guys coming up. The machine gun fires on these guys up here. Fires on these guys here. That's my steam, not yours. You can hear behind and to the right a mortar shelling. A tank fires at this machine gun. No casualties. They are pinned. And that's it as far as right there. Let's go ahead and view just a click-through of this tank crew. Shell over here. So they are armed with nothing but 1911s, if I recall correctly. Yes. However, that is enough to get these guys to pin. But then they start taking fire from our machine gun to the right, and it pins at least one of them down. Now two. Now three's hit the dirt. So we might be able to get, with the infantry gun and the ammo team, enough to damage him. But, I mean, really, who cares? It's a fucking lone tank crew up here for no goddamn reason. So, who cares? Also, to touch on a point, you can see the surviving Shrek member has made it to the tube. And hopefully next turn he will start picking up the weapon that I can't see anymore. Hold on. He can't, because the HQ team did that. Okay. And then finally just line of sight checks. So this tank visible by, you know, the people it should be visible by, everyone. This crew visible by a handful of people. Not terribly concerned about that. These tanks in the center, that. So you can tell these front two are visible, him by that tank, him by both tanks. If only we had our big fucking guns up, you know? But them's the cards you dealt. This guy visible from these dudes. This guy, the mortar. This guy, the back mortar, and a couple more. This guy, that mortar. So it looks like the mortars are seeing most of the people here. And of course this guy's that dude. But again, who the fuck cares about that guy? So it looks like that's it. Our tank, I removed the fire order since we haven't seen anyone here in a little while. Obviously there are people there, but we're just hitting a spot. You can tell they see these guys, so maybe a fire order here, maybe along this line if it can see it. I don't know. Totally up to you guys. But that is it for this turn. I suppose real quick I can give you an off-board count is still 32. And our mortars, having fired this turn, this guy is down to 16, this guy is down to 19. So only a couple shells spent apiece.